we're rolling. And slide it up. Okay. And action.
Tell me a little about yourself. What is your background?
Well, I'd like to start. My name is Robyn Pitt. I am from a military family. We did a lot of traveling when I was growing up. So it became very natural to me to develop relationships with other people and examine how those were going as I'd move place to place. Naturally, when I got into college, I got into communications, did my undergrad in communications and graphic design. Then I turned to my master's, communications and business leadership. After that, I decided I needed to work for a place that was going to be right for me and continue to support this love for human interaction and connection that I had. So I joined the School of Life, and here I stand as a public relations specialist.
What is the organization you work with and what do they do?
I work with the School of Life, and it's an international education organization. All over the globe, they help people find connections with one another as well as investigate themselves and how they're going to move about the world in a more self aware and emotionally intelligent way.
Of all the areas that School of Life covers, which do you feel is the most critical and why?
That's a great question. I think the most critical would be anything that has to do with the self. They cover a lot of philosophy and psychology, just evaluating how you handle yourself. I think it's important to have that self awareness and that emotional intelligence because that's going to influence how you interact with the rest of the world.
Why did you decide to work with this organization?
I decided to work with this organization because they're so devoted in helping people develop themselves. And when I was in college and mental health was a big issue, I decided that it would be best for me to find that help because therapy wasn't always readily available, especially being so far from home. So I turned to the School of Life because they had these free videos on YouTube. Who could deny a free video? Eventually, I fell in love with the channel and I thought, this is who I need to work for. As I continued to watch, I saw that they had so much more to offer than just mental health things, but also relationship and parent guides.
What do you feel is the most important thing for viewers to know about your organization?
The most important thing people should know about the School of Life is that there's such a wide range of things that you can benefit from with the organization. Just going on their site, you can find tidbits and insights that could help you get through your day. They also offer those free YouTube videos and free books where you can learn more about yourself and how to interact with the world at large.
Thank you for talking with us.
Thank you.
Okay. Go ahead, Coach.
Um, I thought you did a very great job answering the questions. Just in between, when I was reading the questions, your eyes were going different places, but other than that, you did a very great job.
Okay. So I noticed the same thing, which is at certain times you would kind of dart off to the side. So just kind of keep yourself focused. It doesn't have to be like ironclad, but it's like keep yourself from being distracted. Also, at the end of questions, probably subconscious, you would kind of purse your lips a little bit. Kind of, and remember, you're on camera all the time. So there could be times where in the last part of a question, right after you finished it, we still use that in an edit. So just keep in mind that to kind of feel like from the time you start until the time you end, you are on. And so don't kind of let your persona down or relax in between the questions. Okay? But you did a good job. You had good energy. You answered well. You did a great job of integrating the question into the answer. There was one question where you kind of lost track and kind of faded out. So kind of think about that one this time and try to just think it.
Okay.
Okay? All right, here we go again.
Tell me a little about yourself. What is your background?
Well, my name is Robyn Pitt. I come from a military background, meaning I had a dad that was in the Army. This led to a lot of moving around when I was younger, moving to different communities, different states. That required me to learn communication skills that I hadn't before in examining how I interact with the world around me. This led to me becoming interested in communications. I went to High Point University and got an undergrads in communications and graphic design. I then turned to my master's and got communications and business leadership.
What is the organization you work with and what do they do?
The organization I work with is called the School of Life. They are geared toward helping an international audience learn about the education of self and the world around them. It is geared towards helping people develop resilience and emotional intelligence in a world where we aren't guided with that in school and our parents. So it's nice to have that extra resource.
Of all the areas that School of Life covers, which do you feel is the most critical and why?
I believe the most critical topic that the School of Life covers is anything that has to do with self-development. They offer a big range of philosophy and psychology videos that can let you examine yourself and learn how to move around in the world, as well as when you're home alone. It's very important to develop these skills and know where you stand in the world so that you can interact with others even more strongly.
Why did you decide to work with this organization?
I decided to work with this organization because they offered so much. As a college student, when I entered college, it was very difficult learning how to navigate school, life on my own, and mental health. And as we know, mental health is becoming a more pertinent issue day in, day out. It became very apparent that therapy isn't affordable, especially when I had to travel back home. So I eventually learned that I needed to find my own resources. I turned to the School of Life because they had such a wide variety of things that I could learn from, whether it be dating, interpersonal relationships, relationship with myself, or even just talking to my parents. It was super helpful in helping me get through those mental health times.
And what do you feel is the most important thing for viewers to know about your organization?
I think the most important thing for viewers to know about the School of Life is that they offer such a big, wide range of free resources for people to navigate their lives and the world around them. They offer psychology and philosophy insight that is unmatched by other companies.
Thank you for talking with us today.
Thank you.